I swear, all cis men on Hinge have the same personality. It's, look how muscular I am. Here's another shirtless picture. Look at my boat.
Are you really gonna sit up in here with your 17 different nose rings, which we know is a leftist staple piece, with your mixed Play-Doh, badly colored, probably on purpose hair, with your trans necklace, really coming like after regular ass straight dudes for all being the same? Really? I mean, from what I've been told by straight and bisexual girls at the moment, they're actually lacking traditionally masculine men from the dating pool. We've seen these types of TikToks go viral over the last few weeks, right?
Here's me drinking. Like, what the fuck? And the prompts are even worse. It's always like all of that. And then like, well, I'm such a good cuddler and I just want to love and respect you.
But at least these guys are talking about their interests on their dating profiles. You are making trans your entire personality. I mean, you literally even have sheets behind you, those princess drapes in the trans colors. And we see this type of behavior over and over again in these types, where they are making their identity their entire personality, their entire life.
Hi, I'm Dee and welcome back to Tea with Dee, where I share something that is going on in my trans life whilst I have or make a cup of tea.
My trans life. Do you know anyone that says my lesbian life or my gay life, even my bisexual life? Because honestly, I don't know anybody that says that. Straight people, nobody says my straight life.
So if you can't tell, I had my hair cut over the weekend, and this video isn't specifically about the haircut, it's about this eyebrow slit. I've wanted an eyebrow slit for as long as I can remember, but I was always told I wasn't allowed to have one by my mum. And then eventually when I moved out and I could get my own eyebrow slit, I just never did it. I was a bit afraid.
AKA, my mom didn't let me, so now I'm rebelling and then saying that it's affirming my gender and my identity.
However, this weekend I got my hair done by the amazing Kerry Blue, who is a non-binary hairstylist in Manchester. And whilst I was there, they mentioned to me an eyebrow slit and I said, hell yeah.
I'm non-binary. I only go to the non-binary hairdresser. I only hang out with non-binary people. I only speak to my audience about being non-binary. Yeah, this is a thing that these people tend to do.
I've completely surrounded myself with neurodivergent people in my life now, and now when I encounter a neurotypical person, it feels like they're the one with the mental disorders. Like, I don't have ADHD. You're the one with attention excessive hypoactive disorder. We're being socially awkward when we talk about hyperfixations or special interests? No. That's because you have an inability to develop intense, sustained passions for as long as we can and info dump to each other. Your conversational abilities are limited to small talk, and when we storytell, you can't keep up with us and it's too confusing because we tend to talk in circles and tangents in a way that you just can't keep up with.
We see this sort of thing in mental health spaces, sexual orientation spaces, gender spaces, political spaces. Here's why I think that's not healthy. When you have echo chambers, you potentially lack the ability to grow. Usually you lack the ability to grow. Because of the echo chamber that you're in and these types of people are the ones to frequent such, there will likely be a ton of yesing to deaths and over-validating to the point of ridiculous amount of saturation, which, yes, does limit self-growth. Most people in these crowds don't ever push back on someone's identity, on someone's beliefs, or someone's way of finding peace. And I say that in quotes because I don't think these people are finding peace.
The ones I have with my neurodiverse friends are so much deeper, to the point where it feels like people who are neurotypical, they're the weird ones. They're the ones being divergent in some way, not us.
Babe, people were doing that eyebrow slit thing back in the early 2000s when I think Nelly did it at one point. He was wearing the Band-Aid. Like, this was a thing before you think this was a thing. It was not about being gay or trans, and not one of those people back then said it affirmed their identity. And let me push back on myself for a second, because I understand whether or not I believe that non-binary is even a thing, that this is a very big potential learning curve for somebody like you. And that's why I want to talk about it. I'm a very firm believer in, if you heal yourself, you heal the world, or you help heal the world. Taking time to accept yourself as you are without needing external validation from the outside world is just one way of healing. We are all energy, therefore we, in a lot of ways, are all connected. at least in this one way. In that same breath, though, the world is also subjective and is, from our own perspective, a construct of our interpretations. What do I mean by that? So if you feel that the world or society is at constant odds with you, you're going to continue to experience that. You will keep paying attention to those instances, amplifying the energy behind those, while not giving that same thought to the positive things that are happening in your life.
Hi there. You can either respect my trans homies, or I can identify as a problem. And if I catch your bitch ass being disrespectful, your pronouns are going to be was, were. Thank you for coming, and have a nice day.
Or you can just move on and realize that these people that are misgendering you aren't here to validate or invalidate you. One of my favorite sayings, and I'm gonna read this off the computer so I make sure I get this right, is between every stream of thought, there is a gap of silence, and that is you. Focus on the silence, not the loudness. Focus on the positive and not the negative. Real power is not control. Real power means to create, to transform, to be free, to heal, to help others. It ain't this.
So I just got done playing tennis in my small little Tennessee conservative town. It was a mixed doubles group, and you can see I'm dressed pretty, I don't know, mask, androgynous, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not exactly going around announcing to people in this group that I'm non-binary, so most of them probably don't know.
I'm a woman that plays sports, and I participate in many mixed doubles competitions, whether that's paddleball, pickleball, racquetball. And mixed doubles means one girl and one guy on each team. So if you're non-binary, why are you playing in a mixed doubles situation? Maybe non-binary should have their own court, because you're neither a girl or a boy, right? A guy or a girl, a man or a woman.
While I was there was a man there that made a transphobic joke. And it was offensive, and it was loud. He yelled it across the court. And my first instinct was shame. Like, oh gosh, I really. And then it was fear. And then it was like, no, screw it. I gotta say something.
Okay, first of all, why are you feeling shame for this? And even if you were, why would a random ass person's joke upset you? Why would you allow that to happen? You would not last a second in New York City. Okay, seriously, there is every type of person here. We make every type of joke, racist, sexist, religiousist, homophobic, trans. We make jokes about everybody in New York City. In fact, if we're not making a joke about you, it means we actually don't like you. So as much as you think that this joke by this conservative guy is happening because you live in a conservative area, that's not the case at all. Because New York City is as liberal, in the old school way of saying that, as it gets, and we make fun of everybody. People like to joke around. They are going to this pickleball match to have fun. How about next time you go out and play pickleball, you think, wow, I'm in my body, I am living a great life, I'm safe, I am allowed to be who I am in this situation, regardless of what people think of me. And I noticed that this person said that they were afraid. My question is, what are you afraid of?
And so I turned to him and I said, hey, I'm non-binary. I'd lay off the transphobic jokes. And he said, whoa, what's non-binary? What does it even mean? And I said, the fact that you don't know what it means is even more reason that you lay off joking about trans people. And he said, well, are you a boy? Are you a girl? I said, I'm neither. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary. And he said, well, it's just genetics. And I said, I have spent so many more years and so many more hours and so much more life energy researching and learning about this topic than you ever will in your entire life. I promise you, I know more about it than you do.
This person doesn't say what they're afraid of, but what I imagine it to be, which I'm probably correct, is the fact, not a fact, thank you for correcting me, Car, is not the fact, is the concept that they believe in, that they will not be or are not accepted in this situation. I've said this before, right? Attachment to acceptance or validation from an external source is a form of fear and doubt at work. In a way, in a sense, what you're saying is, I'm not valid in my feelings or experiences until this other person sees it too. But honestly, how can anyone fully actually understand what you're experiencing? No matter how you identify, no matter who you are.
And he goes, oh, well, I mean, it was really more of a guy joke, I guess, than a, oh, okay. And I was ready for more, because I thought he was going to keep going, right? Keep going at me. And he didn't. We ended up playing for another 45 minutes, and he was very quiet. He was much more reserved. And I realized, I think that small interaction is going to make him think twice in the future about making trans jokes.
Honestly, that's a very unlikely outcome. If anything, you just made him think that LGBT people or queer people are just a bunch of pussies. Personally, and I'm not saying that this is the exact way that somebody or that this is like the best way to handle this situation, but when I'm in a situation like that, I usually just make jokes either more at my community and then let them know that I'm a lesbian after, or I make jokes about their community to let them know, like, yeah, I could take shit, but can you? I'ma dish it right back, bitch. But like in a lighthearted way, not in a way that like, oh, you said something that upset me, so I'm trying to upset you. It's like, no, that's funny as hell. Now, can you also, you could dish a joke, but can you take a joke? One generation can handle jokes and criticism, the other can't. Remember, the world and our state of mind are inherently connected, right? Energetically connected. And they're both direct expressions of where our souls are at the moment. How far along have our souls progressed? How far have we evolved? Is this current way of being hurting or helping us? I found this older gay guy, and that's what he calls himself, on TikTok, and I absolutely love him. If you are not already, go and follow me and him on TikTok. Love this guy's takes. I'm gonna end the video with his take on this.
Grumpy old gay rant of the day. Keep getting a little bit of feedback from the non-binary folk. Let me go on record in saying no one really cares that you identify as non-binary. I know it's very in vogue right now to play victim, but nobody really cares. What the original 4 letters of the Lgbt tribe are saying is, we are not the same. But I keep getting comments saying, I'm queer and we're under the same umbrella. Bitch, do I look like Rihanna? Who is the one who's mailing out invitations saying, please stand under our umbrella? Ella. And I know we're old farts and you don't think we know anything, but I used to attend a lot of protests in the 90s, to help give you the rights that you have now. Good times. But what a lot of people are concerned about is, what type of legacy are you leaving? What kind of detriment are you causing to those of us that just wanted the rights that we have now and we want to be left alone? Don't drag us up into your bullshit. If you guys were truly as, trailblazing as you think you are, then go create your own umbrella.
Let me know in the comments if you guys think that the older generation of LGBT people or the younger generation of LGBT people or queer people are further along in their soul evolvement. Evolvement, can we say? Or their soul's evolving. Who is on the better path and the better way forward? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys back here on Sunday with a brand new video. Until then, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys then. Until then, keep calling out the bullshit. Bye, bitch.